Welcome to Chicago Film Weekly. I'm Lee, your host, and tonight's the big night. It's the exciting night in Hollywood. The Academy Awards are tonight. All the stars will come out tonight, and tonight's the night where we're going to see a few go home with gold statuettes, and the rest of them will be so happy that they were just nominated, right? It's the night where we're going to hear the word extraordinary used. It's the night where we're going to hear about people's journeys. We're going to hear about how safe every director made every actor feel. We're not bitter. We're here in Chicago. We're ready to enjoy the show. And like I said, some are going to go home winners, and even the losers go home with a $150,000 gift bag. What's in a $150,000 gift bag? Anyway, you can see over here I've got my buddy with me, Oscar, or faux Oscar, I should say. And instead of doing any kind of Oscar prognosticating or doing any handicapping of who will win, which you've heard about over and over and over again, we're going to talk for just a few minutes about a young actress who made a big splash this year, who in a perfect world would have gotten an Academy Award nomination. She didn't, but she will in the near future if there's any justice. And I'm talking about Gugu Mbatha-Raw, the gifted British actress who starred in two high-profile movies this year that couldn't have been different. The first one was called BELLE, and BELLE is a story of a British admiral and an African slave who had a daughter played by Gugu Mbatha-Raw, who's thrust into the aristocracy and has to deal with issues of identity and kind of navigating that world and getting to know herself. It was a very sensitive performance from Gugu Mbatha-Raw, really terrific. And in any year, if she had just given that performance, she could have easily gotten an Oscar nomination. But then she turned around and did something even grander in a movie that nobody saw, and it was called Beyond the Lights. Beyond the Lights was sort of unfairly packaged as a hip-hop romance, but what it really was a deep love story. Mbatha-Raw stars as Noni, a young, Nicki Minaj-esque hip-hop artist who, again, like in BELLE, is thrust into a world she's not prepared for. She's hypersexualized in terms of the packaging and the music that she's forced to sing by her mother, well played by Minnie Driver, who plays sort of the ultimate stage mother here. But she rejects all of this, and after a suicide attempt, a very kind cop, played by Nate Parker, develops a relationship with her. The two of them fall in love, and she finds her way to sort of being self-actualized, if you will. She rejects that world. She looks deep inside herself, goes back to her musical roots, finds her identity, has a really healthy relationship with someone really who doesn't want anything from her, and that's sort of the first time in her life that that's happened. And Mbatha-Raw plays so many sensitive notes in this movie so well, and so differently from the notes that she played in BELLE. We can see the arrival of a major actress. There is virtually so much distinction between these two roles, so much sensitivity in both of them, and such a grasp of human nature in both performances. This is one talented actress. Gugu Mbatha-Raw is a British-born actress who starred, in Romeo and Juliet and Cleopatra on stage, had a number of bit parts on television. She had a small role in the Tom Hanks film Larry Crown just a few years ago, and she obviously connected with the characters in both of these movies, who, by the way, are both biracial characters. She herself is as well, the daughter of a British nurse and a South African doctor. And interestingly, her name Gugu means treasure in Zulu. And so we'd like to give her our treasure tonight. This is Oscar, or our version of the Oscar. We'd like to give it to her in hopes that we'll see her get actually a real Oscar in the next few years. So this is a treasure for you, Gugu. Keep on going, and we'll see you at the movies. Congratulations on a great year.